Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back. So this is where the rubber kind of meets the road when it comes to these two kits. Each kit is $69 Canadian. It should be a real no-brainer which kit to pick. I mean, right here, baby. This is the kit of kits when it comes to the cordless electronic stuff, okay? You get everything pretty well. I mean, you've got plastic spudgers, you got metal spudgers, you've got extension, you've got the picks, the suction cup, the key for popping out your SIM card, the magnetic sheet for organizing your screws where they need to go, that sort of thing. You got 100 different bits in here. Holy cow. Now, the only thing lacking in this kit, other than a little bit shorter in length tool, which would be nice, is the simple fact that this kit does not have the other longer bits that this kit has. And it's not a whole lot of extra bits, but it is enough where, yeah, okay, we got some longer flats, some longer stars. We do have some longer Torx bits as well. You know, that sort of thing. Now, the thing with Amazon, they pretty much, if you can think of it, they probably have it up there, right? And so I did a bit of a search, and it's going to take me a little while to get through, because you do have to specify your search as 4mm shank screwdriver bits. You will come up with a lot of bits that will have 1/4" shanks on them, so you got to really read the ads properly. But I'm looking at the longer type bits, so you know there's going to be some that I'm definitely going to want in the longer length. They even have a huge kit up here of bits, and I'm like, wow, that's like a massive kit of bits. But I'm also got to think about, well, what's the shank on here? So I got to really read the ad really carefully on this one, because I don't want to get something that's not going to work, right? And yeah, I just found it. Darn it, it's all 1/4" shank. Oh, that's not fun. Such a glory kit though. But we got probably a number of pages to go through. I'm sure we'll find what we need and we'll be good to go, because there's like at least 7 pages of bits. So it's not out of the question that if you do desire some longer bits, you could get them. Okay, not going to be a problem. But I think that, you know, putting even that aside, if you never even know, if you know you'll never even need the longer bits, period, and the length of these will be just fine, because all the standard lengths here are exactly the same length as these. I've already checked them. So you just have a few extras that are longer, period, for more length. But if you know you'll never actually need them, then don't worry about it, right? But if you do need some longer ones, they are available. And it wouldn't be hard to just, you know, put a little small packet in here somehow, figure it out and close it up, and it's there, right? But this is the Glory kit for 70 bucks. This is, oh, it's so nice. They're held in by magnets instead of by rubber thingies. You know, this has a more smaller in length screwdriver, a little bit more nicer, controllable, a little bit more RPM. But you know, the little bit more RPM does give you a bit more torque and a little bit more speed for running screws in and out, right? But 50 RPM is really not that much, so that extra torque you get for 50 RPM is really minimalistic, because you're going to still want to manually snug up the screws probably anyway on a lot of your components, and either tool can do that for you, okay? They both charge the same way with USB-C chargers, but I mean, when you want to compare a tool to a tool as far as this whole length thing goes, I mean, who cares about a digital display to tell you which direction the screw is going in and out? If you can't figure that out, you got a problem. But I don't think I need a display to tell me that the bottom button is going to be forward and the back button is going to be to remove. You know, so forward, in, back, reverse. This tool is the same way, except no pretty display. The nice thing is, you can turn the light on or off. That's an option. But you do have this whole length thing where you've got about an extra, really almost probably about a little over 2 inches, almost extra in length on this tool. But they both exhibit the same problem with roly-poly. It's just that this one here, you could just easily keep this unit on your desk and just do that. It ain't going anywhere, right? This, you may or may not have the room to keep this open on the table, so you might not be able to just throw that there. But they're both the same battery power. They're both 350 milliamps. they're both going to likely take out and put back in the same amount of screws, being that the batteries are going to be the same power level. Now you'll probably use a little bit more power in this because of the higher RPM, slightly extra bit of torque. So yeah, it's kind of a plus and minus, but it's not going to be by much, if any noticeable difference at all, right? So I'm kind of thinking for $70, I mean, how do you say no to a Glory kit for $70? And then you got this for the same money, and this has only got 52 in one. This is 120 in one, basically, because you have 20 items on this side, including your screwdriver. But then you have 100 bits. This is only just going to give you 50 bits. It's going to give you a metal spudger, and it's going to give you straight tweezers. And if you need curved tweezers, well, you can't even put a pair of curved tweezers in there because they're not going to fit. So you're kind of stuck with the straights. So it is kind of one of those conundrums where you have to really figure out for yourself what it is you really actually need. And I'll say this again too, which I did mention on this the video for just this kit. Everybody's trying to say that this tool here is held in magnetically. They are full of it. It has got nothing to do with magnets. It has to do with these little pressure pitons here. There's 4 of them. That's what's actually holding the pressure on that tool to snap it into place, okay, and keep it there. That's what that is. It's not, the tool itself is not magnetically kept in, okay? However, the bits are, right? And yeah, it's kind of cool. And it looks like, oh, looks like this is a magnetizer, but no demagnetizer. Maybe that is a magnetizer there, because it does have the magnet on there, and plus, magnet plus. So this is probably a magnetizer to give you some extra magnetic force. I never, I have to look that up on the specs on that, because I don't remember reading about it. Anyways, something I just figured out now. Interesting. Anyway, check the review on this, okay? Here too, the USB cable, what are you going to do with it? It doesn't go in the case. This one, the cable goes in the case, no big deal. And if you want for charging power on the go, get one of these slimline banks, and you can still close the case and it's in there fine. And this will recharge either one of these screwdrivers at least a half a dozen times, okay? Or close to it. Depending on the power of your power bank, obviously. Those are like 2,500 milliamps. But I think when the rubber meets the road, this is the absolute best one to go with between the two. There are other kits out there. I am going to be looking at another kit, but I am still trying to decide if I should send this one back or not, because there's no way this one's going back. Like, this is what I need, because I work on computers, I work on guitar stuff that I know it'll work with. I work on pellet guns where I know this will work with some pellet gun stuff. I work on phones and iPads and all the stuff that these little kits are made for. I do work on that stuff, so this is more of the better tool, you know. And you got all these sockets, because you're going to run into nuts and stuff even in computers. This has nut drivers. This has nothing for that, you know. And so you got to kind of weigh the differences and all that between them. But anyways, that's just my opinion. I think this is the better bang for the buck, considering, well, the buck is the same buck. 69 bucks for this, or 69 for this one. That's Canadian dollars, by the way, folks. Yeah, this is definitely your better buy between the two of them, hands down. I would definitely go after this, even though this does have a slightly longer tool. It may bug some of you. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but I think I can get used to it. But I may just buy another kit, or see if I can find just the screwdriver piece that's shorter, and then I could have two, you know, and have the longer one and the shorter one. Then if I needed two different bits at the same time, which I have run into working on phones, you need two different bits at least a lot of times. It'd be kind of handy to have one on each, you know, just away you go. Yeah, and not out of the question to put a manual handle in the kit too, and just add to the kit a little bit of extra, because some things you might want to do with just a manual screwdriver handle. So, you know, and you've already got all the bits there, so that's fantastic. Anyway, that's what I got for you. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching as usual. If you've not subscribed, please smash that button and also ring the bell for notifications to all my upcoming videos. And now I'm going to go back on Amazon and see what I'm going to order in next. Because I'm getting a little addicted to these things and I want to see what else I can find. I am still kind of debating on this little miniature drill press thing that they have. I'm not sure if I could actually even use it, so I don't know if I'll order that or not. But I am going to look around for just a smaller, even just the main handle piece, or a cheaper kit with a smaller handle, because, I mean, 70 bucks, it's kind of like, you know, this is definitely worth every flipping penny. So, yeah, awesome kit. Alright, thanks a lot. See ya.